You know the feeling, right? You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and think, hey, not bad today. I actually look pretty good. You're feeling confident, you're feeling sharp, and then, moments later, someone takes a picture of you. You look at it and, your stomach just drops. And you're left wondering, who is that person? There's no way that's me.
It's the same you, the same face, maybe even the same room. But the mirror tells you one story, and the camera tells a completely different one. That little jolt of an identity crisis, that feeling of, wait, which one is real? That's a super common thing. And the reason why is pretty fascinating.
And this is the core of it all. The photo you hate, it's lying to you. But that reflection you love in the mirror, guess what? It's lying too. Neither one of them is showing you the complete honest truth. So let's call this what it is. The mirror versus photo crisis. It's this identity crisis we all face. We're going to break down exactly why it happens by looking at the tech, the glass, and, well, the weird wiring of our own brains.
First up, let's talk about the biggest culprit in your pocket. Because here's a wild thought. That fancy phone camera of yours, it has never, not even once, shown you what your real face looks like.
I really want this to sink in. When you take a photo, your phone isn't just passively capturing light. It's actively rebuilding you. It uses something called computational photography. Basically, a powerful AI that instantly sharpens, brightens, smooths, and tweaks your face before you even see the picture.
You know, a great way to understand this is the faking the moon thing. Some phones can take these unbelievably detailed photos of the moon, but it's not a real photo. The camera sees a blurry white dot, the AI recognizes it, and then it literally pastes a high-res moon image over it. So, if it's doing that for the moon, just imagine the little fixes it's doing to your face.
And this whole process happens in a fraction of a second. The phone grabs a raw image, its algorithm improves it based on its programming, and then it shows you the final, rebuilt version. What you think is a simple selfie is actually an AI's artistic interpretation of you. And to make it even weirder, every brand has its own style. An iPhone tends to warm up your skin tones. A Samsung loves to boost sharpness. A OnePlus pumps up the clarity and contrast. So you don't just have one digital face, you have a whole bunch of them. And which one you see just depends on whose AI is looking at you.
Okay, fine. So cameras are these computational liars. But the good old mirror, that's just a simple reflection, right? That has to be real. Well, not quite. The mirror has its own big secret, and it's been keeping it from you your entire life.
Now, for starters, a lot of mirrors physically distort you. A cheap one might have a slight bend. Gyms will sometimes stretch them just a tiny bit to make you look bigger. And we all know about the magical slimming mirrors in clothing stores. Heck, even heat can warp a mirror just enough to change the shape of your reflection.
But all of that is tiny compared to the mirror's biggest, most fundamental lie. Every single mirror you've ever looked into flips your image horizontally. You are not seeing yourself. You are seeing a reversed version of yourself, and you've gotten completely used to it.
This is where our own psychology betrays us. There's a principle called the mirror exposure effect, and it's simple. Our brains are wired to like what's familiar. And what could possibly be more familiar than the face you've seen in the mirror thousands and thousands of times? Your brain has been trained to believe that the flipped version is the correct you.
Which brings up a really strange question, doesn't it? This person you check in with every single day, this person you're so deeply familiar with, who exactly are they?
And here's the kicker. You've basically fallen for an illusion. You're deeply attached to a version of yourself that no one else on the entire planet has ever seen. So of course, a real unflipped photo looks wrong to you. You're comparing reality to a reflection that only exists for you.
So we've got the camera's AI lie and the mirror's flipped lie. But there's a third, massive factor that brings it all together: lighting. Lighting can all by itself swing how attractive you appear by as much as 30 or 40%, instantly. This is the exact reason you look great in your bathroom mirror. You're standing in soft, diffused light. It's super flattering. It hides skin texture and softens shadows. But the harsh, direct sunlight outside, or the awful overhead lighting at a party, that's an interrogation lamp. It creates hard shadows and highlights every tiny imperfection. So just remember, your face didn't actually change between the mirror and the photo. The light did. You simply went from the best-case scenario on the left to the worst-case scenario on the right. That's the whole magic trick.
All right, so after tearing all this down, you might be asking, is it even possible to see what I actually look like? And while a perfect 100% true-to-life view is probably impossible, there is a way to get really, really close. Let's just call this the 90% accurate method. The whole point is to strip away as many of those distortions from the lens, the AI, and the lighting as we possibly can.
So here's what you do. 1. Use your phone's front camera. 2. Stretch your arm out as far as it can possibly go. This helps reduce lens distortion. 3. Find that good soft light, like from a window on a cloudy day. 4. Stand in front of a plain background. And 5. This is the most important one. Dig into your camera settings and turn everything off. No filters, no beauty modes, no HDR. You want the rawest image you can get. That is going to be the closest you can get to how other people see you.
And this really leads us to the final, and I think most important idea. After understanding all the ways we're being tricked by cameras and mirrors and light, it's time to kind of change the way we think about our own faces.
So what's the big takeaway? It's this. Stop searching for that one true, real version of your face. It just doesn't exist. Your appearance isn't a static thing. It's constantly changing based on the technology, the light, the angle. There is no single real you defined.
You're actually a collection of different versions. The person in the mirror is one version, the person in a selfie is another, the person in a group photo is yet another. They're all just single frames from a much bigger story. So the real question is, now that you know you're constantly being lied to by both the camera and the mirror, how are you going to choose to see yourself now?